get ready.
Well, it's time to get ready, because welcome to Truck Beers.
Welcome, babies. Welcome. Shout out to everyone on YouTube for fucking showing up. That was really dope.
Yeah, that was, quick.
Yeah, we were at 40.
We were at 31 on Friday morning.
Yeah, and we were like, oh, we need to get 50 so we can go live on YouTube. Robot noises.
Which there's a lot more to it than that they don't tell you about.
Yeah, we fucking finally verified our account today. Why did I say fucking like that? Fucking.
I don't know.
Sorry, guys. I'm a little Canadian today.
Straight out of the Boston Bean Company.
So I made a video Saturday evening on my way to Roofies. And fucking next thing you know, we had 79.
Yeah.
Just like that. And people were commenting under the video like, go for it, dude. Kick ass. Hope this helps. Just kind of cool to see people show up. It's really dope.
Yeah, I thought that was going to be the hard part, and it turns out that was not the hard part. It's the other stuff that they don't tell you about that proved to be far more challenging.
Yeah, once you get verified and you get all your ducks in a row, you have the amount of subscribers they want, then they're like, okay, good to go. But first you have to wait 24 hours.
Yeah.
So we kind of got kicked in the shin on that one. That really sucked.
So you don't get a live episode this week.
Next week, though, looking pretty promising.
Solid chance.
I think we've been saying this for 4 weeks in a row.
But wait, there's more.
I don't know. I kind of think the live aspect will be kind of cool. Because if there are people watching us, they can ask questions live.
Right. Yeah, that would be cool. Then I have to get over seeing myself on camera. I already hate the way my voice sounds. If I have to look at myself and hear myself.
Dude, you sound like a dream come true and look even better. Yeah. Stop that shit.
Thanks.
Thanks, man.
Well, yeah, thank you very much for subscribing. We appreciate it. That's gonna be cool.
Yeah, I am really excited to see how it works because I think this isn't positive, but I think we can just upload the live video as our podcast because we'll have the audio version on.
Right. So the YouTube, I just won't upload the audio version to YouTube anymore. It'll be just the straight live.
Yeah.
And then everything else will get the audio only version.
Yeah.
Which is going to be real fun when you have to go take pisses. Like, hey, we'll be right back. Because I don't know if you can pause a live video.
I think so.
Or you have to start another one. We'll find out.
I'll just piss on camera.
Just take the phone with you.
We'll just figure out, we'll make our own little sensor bar. Just a piece of black cardboard. And I'll just piss on camera.
There you go. Just pee your pants.
Pissing your pants is cooler than I'm Miles Davis.
All the cool kids are doing it.
Last week's episode was dope.
That was fun.
I got crunk.
Yeah, that was fun.
I got a little.
I think I've listened to it 1.5 times.
Yeah. I just got a little bit mouthy.
A little bit.
I was telling fucking ancient stories that I haven't thought of in 40 years. But it was fun.
It was a good time.
I had a guy reach out to me, and he's like I was describing my dad in that situation, and he was like, oh, my God, yeah, I can see all of this 100%. I was
Nice.
like, God damn. So, last week, last week's podcast, I was talking about, I'm kind of chit-chatting with this chick, everything's cool. I wish I can go back in time and just stop all that. That was a silly.
Not say any of those things.
Not say a fucking word, because I had first off, it's not because of her, but I had the worst week of my life last week. After the podcast, I go to work Tuesday morning, and Monday night I got a fucking Whataburger to eat. And I also got a breakfast sandwich because it was past 11. And I was like, I'll save this for in the morning.
Brekkie. A little brekkie on deck. Brekkie.
And I wake up. I'm mildly hungover. Not terribly, just mildly. And I eat the breakfast burger. And I was like, man, I feel like $1 million now. Probably around 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock. No, earlier than that. I was like, man, I got to shit.
Yeah, that's normal.
It's like a normal thing. So I go in there, do my business. Coming back outside, not even 10 minutes later, it's like, I got to shit again.
Uh-oh.
And I go in there, handle business, and it's like the same violence as the first time. Like there was no difference. Like
It's not like there was like, oh, there were some leftovers.
yeah, exactly. No, it's just the same. Like whoa, no, And then I go back, and I was like, I gotta throw up,
Mm-mm.
and go in there and spray chunks. Go to my boss and be like, hey, I'm throwing up and doing other stuff. Like I need to go get out of the office. By the time I get back to my car, I throw up again.
This is after you threw up in your rod bucket.
Yeah, in my rod bucket. Get in the car, get it. I make it probably about like 6 miles and throw up. But this time when I threw up, something else was trying to happen again. And I shit my pants. Like
just to be transparent.
just to be 100% see-through, I shit my pants. What's bad, like I shit my pants twice, like later that day. Well, in the process of me laying on the floor dying, I get a message that was like, it's not you, it's me. So I was like, oh, cool, I'm glad you're doing this right now. This is super cool. And I'm laying on my bathroom floor texting her back. I'm like, yeah, no, it's cool. I completely understand. You're cool. It's like, oh, pause. Fuck.
Just come over here and kill me.
Yeah, so like I'm kind of nervous about eating Whataburger again.
Yeah,
Usually Monday nights when I eat it, but like
that's
now I don't know.
That's a rough decision because once you get sick after eating a thing, it's
Yeah.
really hard to go back to that thing.
That's where I'm at right now. But there's also I got the mentality like if you fall off your horse, get back on it, or bike.
Yeah.
Anything you can ride that throws you off.
Yeah, absolutely.
Shayla's. Yeah, that was just miserable. And then I had to have my eyes cleaned out Friday.
Yeah, that was gnarly.
I looked like a pirate for a couple hours. I don't know if you've ever had a optometrist dig in your eye with an electric drill. It's awesome. I suggest everyone to do it.
I get these like insert tiles like in the ceiling.
Mm-hmm.
I had a chunk of one of those get in my eye one time, and that was rough because it's soft and absorbent, but it's also sandpaper.
Yeah.
So they dug that out with like
Ugh.
basically a soft spatula.
I don't.
I did not enjoy it. It was not fun. I do not recommend it.
Yeah, 10 out of 10, don't recommend. I don't know where I get the courage from because the whole time they're doing it, I'm panicking. And they're like, just don't forget to breathe. And I was like, fuck your breathing, dude. I can't stand things near my eye. Lady was trying to put eye drops in my eye, and I was just like, oh, don't do it. I'm blinking real fast. And
it's like when you go to the eye doctor and they have that thing that blows air in your eye.
Oh.
You're like, nope. Is there not a better way to do this test? It's 2025.
Yeah, we can see what's inside bones. Why do we have to have the little poof?
Yeah, it's got to be a better way.
Fuck.
I would pay more.
Get on
if
it,
there
Trump.
was a better way.
I would. No, I just don't like going to any doctor. I haven't been to the dentist in fucking 10 years.
I probably should have gone to the doctor like a week and a half ago for all this, sinus crap I'm dealing with. But
Right.
I'm like, I haven't been running a fever, so I'm fine.
I've got this badass. Like, I went to the doctor a year and a half ago to see if they'll like give me happy pills. And then I called this doctor out of nowhere. I was like, hey, I used to be a patient with him. I was just seeing if I can re-up on this prescription, And then the doctor, we FaceTime, basically.
A little telehealth visit.
Yeah. And he's like, what's going on? And I told him some stuff. And he's like, yeah.
I hate society.
Yeah, like, I'm having a really hard time being a human. And he signed me up, and here I'm back on the wagon.
How's that going?
I just feel numb.
Yeah, that means it's
Fucking
working.
Robot.
It means it's working.
It's about my temper. Like I'm trying to get back on top of that.
May not be working then.
Huh?
May not be working then.
I don't know. Well,
I have not been confronted with the situation yet.
yeah. I don't know. I've been fucking flying off the handle over dumb shit here lately. So
Yeah, you had a rough week for sure.
right,
Mine was low key,
it's good.
chill. Had the
I would have
kids.
fucking paid for a low key week.
Maybe it wasn't, and I just didn't notice. There's always that option.
Ugh. Yeah.
So your kids are not out on spring break this week.
No.
Yeah.
No, they're getting ready for a school project that's kicking my ass financially. So.
It's ironically enough, it's how to start a business,
Yeah.
which is it should kill
No, it's
you
cool.
financially.
Like it's like how to start a business and keeping the responsibility. But like I never.
Step 1, lose all your money.
But I never like agreed to be the investor. And right now I'm just an angel investor.
Forced upon you.
Yes. And they're like, "Oh, we'll pay you back, Dad." And I'm like, "I doubt it. I really doubt it."
With what money?
They're gonna try to pay their like.
Oh, they have to actually sell
They're
this
gonna
product.
sell their products.
Oh, to who?
Whoever comes to the fair.
Oh, it's one of those.
Yeah, it's not gonna work. I mean, I hope it does, but I'm not. It's not gonna work.
That would be crazy. Yeah, mine are out this week, so I'll get them on Wednesday. I'm just taking the rest of the week off, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. I think I'm going to take them up to Bob Sandlin and go fishing, probably on Friday.
Be a good place to go. It's really romantic up there. So I've read.
I'm taking my children. I don't care.
Never know. Might see a random passer-goer, hiker lady. You could just...
Hey, you want to come bait this hook?
You want to see his worm? No, when you have kids, it sucks trying to pick up anything.
Freaking McKay will make friends with anybody, though, so it's okay.
I joke with my daughters. It's like, hey, you need to... If we see, like, a baddie in here, you need to, like, act like you're lost. And, like, have you seen my incredibly handsome daddy? He's such a good daddy and, like, such a wonderful guy. I can't find him anywhere. And then I come up to her, like, oh, hey, baby. What?
Hey, Angel, there you are.
Oh, sorry. It's hard being a single dad, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But they're not into that yet. They're like, we're not doing this. And I was like, it'd be so cool if you did, though. Like, I'll point her out. Like, that's her.
Go get him.
And she just runs to him, like, have you seen my awesome father? My
You mean the one that you were just standing next to?
the guy that's peeking around the corners. That fucking weirdo. Ugh.
Yeah, so I think I'm going to convert that laundry room into like a podcast room also.
Yeah, you told me that earlier.
So
I think it'd be dope.
it's a small enough room, and it's got pretty good sound in there already, but we could hang some stuff on the walls and deaden it, and then we could set up and do video and stuff in there too.
Yeah, or we can buy a bunch of those green poster boards
Yeah, and just put
and
whatever
just fucking
yeah.
background we want on there.
Yeah, that would take some post editing. That's
Yeah,
okay.
Yeah. Live from the Coliseum.
Yeah, just somehow figure a way to like backwards hack Zoom and be like just back.
No, I think it kind of got me fired up. I was starting to look at like what material we had at work and see if I can cut us out like a metal backdrop
that'd be sick.
and put a fucking LED light behind it.
That'd be sick. I've got some LED lights already.
So it'd be like our truck beer slogan with the like a banner.
Yeah,
And I think it'd fucking be cool as shit.
that would go hard.
It'd be awesome if we could like find a cheap like long desk.
I can build one.
Well, you know what I'm saying? Like where
Yeah.
it looks like we're actually news anchors.
Official, yeah.
Yeah. This is all this podcast is fulfilling a young man's dream of being Mark Skirto.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
Ron Burgundy.
Or Clint Yates. Or Gillian Sheridan.
She was so short.
She's a bitch too.
I met her one time with Mark Skirto. They were there. We did some festival in Tyler way long time
Yeah.
ago. And Mark Skirto's like 6'6",
He's a massive
He's a
dude.
giant
His
human.
head is the biggest head in the world.
and she's like 5'2".
Yeah.
And you can't really tell when they're on TV because they've got
She's
him way
sitting on a phone
low
book.
and they've got her way up high. But standing next to each other, she came up to just above his waist.
So you know
It was insane.
She was part of the Channel 7 news team back in the 90s and maybe early 2000s.
Yeah.
She like bitch slapped Clint Yates. And then she had to move to KTBS. So like I can't even that's fucking awesome, dude.
Wow.
I don't know. I don't know who the news anchors are now. I haven't watched the fucking Channel 7 news in forever. But those are my guys back then. And then after that, it was Peter Jennings
Oh.
on ABC News.
Yeah. Who did 60 Minutes before Barbara Waters?
Bawa Wawa? Oh, fuck. I don't know.
I'm going to have to look that up because I used to like him a lot. He had a really good voice.
Brian Wilson?
I don't know. Hold on. Stand by. Talk amongst yourselves.
I'm just trying to think. Lindsey Graham was that guy I was talking about He's the one that's
Yeah.
super gay but not out yet. Couple years ago, Russia, like the embassy of Russia, posted a picture of him swimming naked in a pool in front of all these men. And he's like, "Good night, America." Like, I thought that was really neat. I've been getting into like some of that nonsense, figuring out the truth. Who's telling lies? Who killed JFK?
Yeah, that's the one that's really going to be. Was it Diane Sawyer?
Yeah, Diane Sawyer was one.
Yeah, she did. That's not who I'm thinking of. I can't find who it is. There's been a lot of hosts. Good Lord.
Well, it's like Dateline. They just have different rotating hosts throughout the years. So like 1 week,
Dan Rather.
Rather was
that's who I was looking for. Yeah.
I like Dan Rather. I forgot all about him.
He used to come on after Sunday Night Football.
Yes.
It still does, but I used to watch it after Sunday Night Football with my parents when I was a child.
Yeah.
And it was Dan Rather. And it was the best.
Yeah, I would. Shit. Back in the day. 60 minutes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Back in the day, we would watch. We'd watch the channel, like the 6 o'clock news, and then they would have Wheel of Fortune with Pat Sajak and Vanna White.
Yeah.
And then they would play like whatever primetime television show. And then between like 9 and 10, they would play reruns of MASH. It was time to go to bed.
You know when the beep, 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 whatever the MASH theme song is. Yeah, whenever that came on, it's like, all right,
The
good
helicopter's
night.
coming over the hilltop.
Yep.
It's
It's nighttime.
Yeah. It's time to go to bed, idiots. And then that's what we did. So, fucking forgot.
This is when I wish I could make a really good cricket noise.
Trying to think on what I had.
I know there was some stuff that we talked about this weekend that we wanted to talk about, but I don't remember what it was other than your week from hell with your body.
Yeah, I put it through the ringer this week.
Yeah. Hey, but you survived.
Yep. I even smoked a cigarette Saturday.
That was a bold decision.
I was like, if I'm going to leave this world, I'm going to leave it the way I want to.
We're going out in style.
I drank 1,000 beers Saturday. And I ate crawfish.
That was a good time.
That was a good way to come back.
I had fun.
But then Sunday,
You were not okay yesterday.
No, I wasn't. We went to go eat crawfish again, and I was like, I'm going to die.
Yeah, we were supposed to do some other stuff. We were supposed to do a different podcast last night.
Yeah, we had the makings of a good one.
Yeah, and then you were like, I think I'm just going to go home.
Yeah.
I was like, I don't blame you. You don't seem okay.
Well, we went to the crawfish stand, and I ordered a PBR, and I took one swig out of it, and I was like, no, this is not. I want a Dr. Pepper.
This was granted, they brought you a gallon of Dr. Pepper.
That's what I needed. That is probably the key.
That's what kept you alive.
Yes.
Did you go home and do anything?
Dr. Pepper is my primary care physician. Huh?
Yeah, he is my doctor.
He is my doctor.
Did you actually get anything done when you went home, or did you go home and turn into a zombie? Because you're like, I think I got some shit I got to take care of.
Yeah, I still have to do laundry. I went home and took a massive shit, and then I farted for like 45 seconds, and then I felt a lot better. So I was like, I'm going to lay down and like try to get a power nap. And I took a power nap, which lasted like an hour. I don't think that's really a power nap. I think that's just a full-blown.
Yeah.
Yeah. And got up and cleaned my camper a little bit. And then I took a sleepy time pill like at 7, and I went to sleep.
Nice. Yeah, I went home and I was like, I'm going to watch the new Gladiator movie this is on Paramount Plus.
Yeah.
I fell asleep.
You didn't finish it?
Well, I started it, and then I fell asleep, and then I woke up, and it was like the last 10 minutes of it.
We started Hitchcock. That's a fucking good movie.
Hancock?
Hancock.
Yeah.
Not Hitchcock. Hitchcock
So
was...
at some point in time, I'm going to have to go back and watch the middle, hour. And then I watched Top Gun Maverick after that. That's a really damn good movie.
I've never seen it.
It's good.
Never seen it.
And then I did laundry and went to bed.
I think when there's like a bunch of hype behind something, I don't watch it. When that movie came out, everyone was like, this is the best movie ever. I say that. I watched Dune.
I
theaters.
expected to be disappointed.
Yeah.
Because I love the original Top Gun.
Yeah.
Like it's the best.
But it has Maverick in it.
Yeah.
So that makes it.
Iceman's in it
Yeah.
sparingly.
He kind of just shows up and was like, "What's up? What's up, Maverick?"
Well, he's like the general in charge of the program.
Iceman's a general.
But he's like in real bad health. This is when Val Kilmer was super sick.
He's still
Yeah.
not doing great.
So he's probably only in it for maybe 5 minutes, 10 minutes tops. It's a good movie though.
Val Kilmer has throat cancer
Yes.
from eating pussy.
Yes.
Is that right?
Yes.
That's a fucking wild thing to have.
Yeah.
Like, would you be ashamed of that?
No. No.
What's going on, buddy? I heard you not doing too well. I've got throat cancer from eating pussy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
It's a
I didn't know that was a thing.
it's a noble disease. Well, Catherine Zeta-Jones's husband, who was who was he? Martin? No. He was an old grease bag. And I think he wasn't related to Charlie Sheen. Or maybe he was. But he had throat cancer.
Michael Douglas.
Michael Douglas, yeah. He had throat cancer from eating pussy. That's a thing. I didn't know that.
I didn't either.
Like, to be fair, VD doesn't affect men at all, really, until it's in their throat. And then it turns into nasty cancer. Are you going to prove me wrong?
No.
Oh. I was hoping you'd be like, no, actually, he's got throat cancer because he smokes cigarettes.
Val Kilmer is cancer-free, but he has lasting effects from the throat cancer treatments.
Yeah, he probably
He
can't.
uses a feeding tube and has limited speech.
Oh, fuck.
Just kill me.
I just don't know. If I get cancer, I don't think I'm going to do anything about it. I'm going to start wearing a toga. And I'm going to, like, fucking drink as much as I can every day. Like, every day will be a task to drink more than the day before. And then I'm going to glide off into the sunset in a toga.
That sounds great.
I say that, I'll probably be a coward and be like, please let me live. What you reading?
This says the specific cause of Val Kilmer's throat cancer is not publicly known. However, some possible risk. Good God, I can't read. Risk factors for throat cancer include smoking, HPV, alcohol use, excessive use of chewing tobacco, and poor oral hygiene.
What up? That's all of me right there, baby.
Check.
I don't know, man. Like, that's... I don't know where I pulled that out of my ass. Where it's like, you think Val Kilmer got it from eating pussy? For some reason, I heard
Facts.
that in passing, and I was like, yeah.
No, I remember when that happened. That was a big, like, people were like, "That's a thing."
Well, Michael Douglas was very public about it, and like I think he even had an interview where he was like, "It's like I was a dog," and like,
Woof.
So you want to get in the JFK stuff?
Yeah.
I feel pretty fired up about
Yeah,
it.
let's go.
So you showed me a podcast. It's
Patterns Tell Stories.
Patterns Tell Stories.
That's the name of the podcast. Shout out. Those guys do excellent work.
Yeah, I think they're great. I didn't even know they existed till you showed me that. But I subscribed to them and liked all their stuff. As you should. If you like a podcast, you should subscribe and like all their stuff.
Facts.
Because when you do that, it helps them in the algorithm. And the algorithm is our God, and we have to worship it only way we know how.
And the cool thing about it too is, like, if you like a thing and you subscribe to it, it makes your algorithm better because it's like, hey,
You like this
you
kind
like
of cool
this
shit?
kind of cool stuff.
Yeah.
Check out this other one that's also cool.
If you like our podcast, you're guaranteed to see American Eagles, dudes on motorcycles, handlebar mustaches.
Old school WWE videos.
Yeah, I mean, all the cool shit, like goth mommies, somewhat.
We'll either help your algorithm or we'll really throw a wrench in it. Either way, it's going to be fun.
So if my friend and I, we've kind of compared like our algorithm together. Like we keep sending videos. He's like, I just saw that 2 minutes ago.
That's
I was like,
awesome.
yeah. So now I think we are so synced up Like,
So like women's
algorithm brothers.
women's period sync, men's
Yeah.
algorithm sync.
Yes. And he's on
It's
the
our
same
digital period.
her digital menstruation cycle.
Yes.
Like he's on the same boat I am. Like if I die or he dies, he's like, please burn my phone, because nobody can see my fucking Explorer page. It's not like terrible, but it's not great.
It brings on more questions than necessary.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. For some reason here lately, I didn't like any of this, but they have like different athletes throughout the years doing incredible feats of athleticism.
Right.
And they have superimposed Hitler's body on the athlete, and it's just Hitler doing all these things. And I never fucking liked it.
But they know you like it.
Oh, it's hilarious.
Yeah.
He's a piece of shit. I hate him. He was a coward, but it's really funny. So speaking of that, this guy, he was going through all the documents and kind of reading in some of the history that he thinks that like Nazis had a lot to do with JFK
Right.
being assassinated.
So I haven't listened to the second part. You have.
Yeah.
So I can comment on things from the first half.
We can just stay there until you catch up.
That's a freaking 2 hours worth of information.
Well, if you look at like the Operation Paperclip, that's factual. Like,
Right.
Fucking Werner von Braun, who was the president CEO of NASA, rocket technology. So here's how they kind of lay it out for us.
It's like that guy and the guy from Bell Aerospace.
Osborne
Yes.
was
Oswald.
Fuck, I meant such a name. Oswald was in New Orleans working at the coffee refinery. He was kind of like a machinist, like our machine technician.
Yeah, he was like a repairman, basically.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So they know that's where he worked at. And all the people they worked with him after the assassination thing happened, all those people started working for NASA, Bell Helicopter, Kopek, like all these different companies that had ties to Operation Paperclip. Like there were some scientists that they stayed for like the Air Force, things like that, but the other ones they put them in different kind of like company positions.
Right. They diversified.
Yeah, and like the guy that was part of Bell Helicopter, I'm thinking, was the same guy that would like soak someone like a Jewish person in water and throw them out in the cold.
Throw them in freezing water to see what happened to their body.
Yeah. Like it was. It's kind of wild because what they're like insinuating is that like we didn't have the Air Force, we didn't have CIA, we didn't have anything until after World War II.
Correct.
We had the OSS and FBI.
Yeah.
And then after that, there was different branches breaking off, and they think like some of that is just rooted into some pretty gnarly Nazi shit.
You had the Army Air Corps during World War II.
Yeah.
I don't remember. I think you had the Army Air Corps, and then the Navy had their version of the Air Force.
Just, yeah, parachuters kind of thing.
And then after World War II is when the actual Air Force became a thing.
Right. Which is...
But that's when all the missile development started and all
Yes.
like the
Yes.
NASA stuff really kicked off.
Well, like, that fucking... If you look into the NASA, like, that dude is 100% Nazi trash. And they gave him, like, a second run at life.
Yeah. Well, most of our great discoveries tied to that field, whether it be aerospace or weapons development or anything else, they have really shitty ties.
Someone said it was. Oh God, I'm gonna fuck this up. So stainless steel was developed by a Jewish man.
Okay.
This Jewish man figured out how to add enough nickel to carbon to not make it rust. That's basically what stainless is.
Right.
It's a non-corrosive metal.
Right.
But the discovery of stainless steel pushed so many different weapons that German Nazis like pushed. Someone was telling me about it. So it's like, how terrible is that? Like you're
the guy that figured it out, and
you
then
invented something that it's going to be used
against you.
Yeah. I don't know, that the JFK stuff. It was so RFK. I didn't know this. After JFK, this is in Jesse Ventura's book, We Killed Our President. RFK was like on the phone, and he was calling, like he called the CIA dude. He's like, "Did you kill my fucking brother?" You know, like,
Yeah.
He's like, you can't lie to me. I know the truth. You got to fucking tell me this.
Right, because
And,
he was already a senator.
he was
the Senate chair.
He was Secretary of State.
Okay, that's right.
Or the
He was which is the Senate chair.
yes,
Yeah.
like
So he knew he had access to all of the
right.
bullshit.
So, which is crazy because like not even fucking 3 years later he's gone.
Right. Coincidentally,
I don't know.
I think not.
I think not. I wish I knew more about this. I'm in the process of fucking getting deeper into it.
Yeah.
But apparently, it was either Nazis or Jews that killed our president. That's kind of like whereas one half is like.
I mean, it was the CIA that killed him.
Yeah,
Ultimately, the ones that actually did the doing.
but the CIA might be founded on Nazis.
I think it was. Man, it's all this like one state, new world order bullshit. It's
Yeah.
the same concept then as it is now, and that's what really, pushed it into. And that they get into that in the first episode that
Yeah.
I listened to. It was the same kind of shadow government stuff. If you want to believe it, you can. If you don't want to believe it, you can not. I don't care.
Yeah.
Because I'm still not completely sure which way I lean on it, but I know that there was some shady shit going on within the ranks of our own government
Right.
to preserve a certain, quote unquote status quo
Right.
way of life, whatever you want to call it,
Yeah.
for the powers that be.
Well, like think about all these people that like got drafted to fight in World War II to fight that evil, right? Think how nuts it is for them, like America to be like, no, we won. You can either go to Russia or you can come with us. Like, second lease on life. We'll repatriotism you, and then it turned into like them making our rocket technology and things like that. That's so fucking evil. Even if it's like shadow government or rat in the plains, like that's so fucked up.
Yeah. I know you committed all these war crimes,
Yeah.
but we'll basically expunge your record and
We'll
give
make
you
you one of us.
citizenship and put you in a position of power and pay you a fuck ton of money.
Yeah.
As long as you do these things that we want you to do.
You can make enough money that you can become a lobbyist for things you want to get done.
Exactly. I mean, you think about it in a way, I feel like they thought it was going to be like, oh, cool. They'll let me do these things and they won't kill me or hang me or, whatever.
No.
And I think it might have started that way for us also. But like, these guys are going to do whatever we tell them to do because they know they're going to die if they don't. And it was like, oh, but these guys are really good at what they do.
Mm-hmm.
They're really smart.
Right.
Like, they've made so many advancements for us.
Right.
Let's just see what else we can get out of them.
Yeah.
And then it turned into like a,
It's like a
you give a mouse a cookie situation.
Yeah.
We're the mouse that got the cookie.
Right.
And we're like, what else can we get
Right.
from you fucking terrible people?
I don't know, man. It scares me. It scares me because I would love to know how fucking deep it is. Like, what if most of our laws and legislation and like things that are being done today are founded by like that bullshit as like the main denominator?
It's one of the few times I think we're probably better off not knowing the answer to the question.
I think that's why we haven't got any information on the JFK thing. Like, they released those files and everything was fucking redacted, just like Epstein. I think it's like turned in. I think it's gonna fuck us up real bad. Like, we won't be able to say it is what it is. Like, we'll have to be like, fuck,
it's
dude,
this.
It's this. Like, we gotta fucking talk about
the main
this.
thing. I talked about this the first time we talked about the JFK stuff. The one thing that they haven't released yet that I really want them to release is the Jackie Onassis interview.
Yeah.
That's never been publicly heard.
Right.
But they did it within like 2 hours after the fact.
Yeah.
there's nobody else that has a better first-person view of what happened than
I can't
her.
think of the fucking lady's name. She was talking about interviewing the Warren Commission, and they're like, they're all dead.
Yeah.
There's no one
what
left.
do you do? Exhume their graves?
Yeah, but she's
take
like,
their
I'll interview
fingerprints?
some people in the Warren Commission. The guy's
They're
like,
dead.
they're fucking dead.
Yeah. Good luck.
Like, we're going off paper now. We're going off what was written down. And it like, that's kind of what I feel like the effort is
I
behind
feel like they're going to conveniently lose the tapes or the transcripts of Jackie's testimony or interview.
I feel like they're just not.
Do they have it?
Well, they have no reason to take us serious. Like, hey, give us what we need to want to know, you know? And, like, I really do think Trump knows, but he does know if he releases the hounds,
Yeah.
it's going to be bad.
Yeah.
I really do. I think it's way worse than we can imagine. Because
I feel like his big deal was like, oh, yeah, we're going to release this and we're going to figure out that it was some foreign power.
So-
and then he figured out what happened and he's like, we can't tell them.
so he was against going to Vietnam. That they twisted his arm on that. Because like we have to stop communism.
Oh, he fought it night and day.
He hated it.
Yeah.
Um
He was also big time against the Cuba shit.
oh he shut that shit down.
Yeah.
So I think like they were trying to put the blame on Cuba for a little bit. You know, this might be like a fucking right-wing Cuban group.
It was the easiest, most convenient option at the time.
Right. But like, well, the president before him was talking about the military-industrial complex. Was it Eisenhower before him? Or is it Truman?
I don't know. I think it was one of them though.
I think it was Eisenhower that said, like, we have to be careful with the military-industrial complex. It's becoming a thing where we can't control it anymore. He's like, yeah, I'm president, but, like, these motherfuckers are making the rules.
Eisenhower.
Fuck, I'm good. I'm so smart. Mom, you hear that shit? Fuck yeah. Shout out Harmony High School. But,
It'll be the only time that's ever said.
yeah. I don't know. I like those people. But the military-industrial complex, they were talking about, he was saying, like, in his, like, see you later speech, like, I'm not your president anymore, but I want y'all to be aware of what's going on. And it's very coded, the speech. Like, it's not being like,
It's not blatantly ripping it.
yeah, but it's, I think he and Kennedy had a conversation, too.
Well, there's also another aspect to it because LBJ was the president after Kennedy.
He was,
But he was supposed to be the president instead of Kennedy.
well, he was Kennedy's vice president.
Right. But he...
And Lyndon B. Johnson was a Texan senator
Yeah.
who had all these Texas landmen
Yeah.
flipping the bill for him.
Yeah.
And what sells better than oil? War.
Right.
And you need oil for war.
But then he lost the nomination
yeah,
to Kennedy.
right.
So he didn't even like get a chance to run.
Yes.
So he was also coincidentally the head of the CIA.
Yeah, he was.
So
So wild. So weird how fucking pieces fall into place when they're shaped the same way.
it's kind of weird. I've done puzzles before. I know how this works.
So, like, it bums me out that he's from Texas because Lyndon B. Johnson was a fucking show enough asshole.
Yeah.
He had this, like, mistress lady that would take everywhere with him, you know? Some blonde-head bimbo. Pictures of her. She's bad as fuck.
Yeah.
Like, it makes sense.
Get it. I get it.
A 64 baddie? Good night.
It's a different kind of baddie.
God damn. Fennis 64 had a Falcon. No, it was 65. Never mind.
Close enough.
It's close enough. But it's just it's puzzling to me. Like, there's so many different people have done the research and they all come out to different conclusions. But like when I read all these or I'm listening to it, it's like no matter what the situation is, CIA, Cuba, anything like that, that man died because he was on principle.
Yeah.
He was trying to.
He was killed because people were scared of what he was doing.
Yeah, he was about to fucking open up the gates.
Yeah.
And another thing about Nixon. So Nixon was during the Eisenhower thing, and he got kind of shut down. and then he came back and he became the president. And as soon as he was president, he started working his way to do stuff. The Watergate shit comes out.
Old Deep Throat.
Oh, Deep Throat. So, one guy I was listening to, he's talking about Watergate was just to shut him down completely.
Right.
Because the court of people, opinion is, well, back then it was everything.
Right. That's when it mattered. Yeah.
Because you only have one news source, and you're fucked.
Right.
You're fucked.
Yeah, it's I feel like you watch those old school crime TV shows.
Yeah, Perry Mason.
They have the boards with the strings.
Yeah.
We need to build our own Kennedy board.
I don't have enough red fucking string, dude.
I don't have enough wall space.
I was never...
It would be really cool to see somebody lay it out that way, though.
Yeah.
Like to connect all the dots.
Yeah.
And see that spider web. Like that scene from Always Sunny.
Yeah. I never, I was always into different conspiracy theories growing up, but Kennedy never, it didn't, I never really got into it.
Right.
It's
one of those things that was so far before us, and by the time we were old enough to really understand it, it was so, this is what happened, that's the end of the story.
My Mimi, she said he was a very fair and kind president.
Yeah.
I think she was all for it. But I want to say my family was mostly Democrat until the 90s.
Right.
I want to say that's kind of how it went. Now I don't know what a Democrat is.
They don't either. It's okay.
I don't even know what a Republican is. I don't know. I don't know what the fuck we're doing. We're gonna have to come up with new names for shit. We're gonna fucking have to figure some shit out, dude, because I have no idea. Used to be, if you were liberal and democratic, liberal means you were just a kind person who cared about human rights.
Right, yeah. Democrats typically supported the lower class.
Yeah.
Republicans were typically for the billionaires.
Yes. And now, I don't know. Well, it's still billionaires. I mean, but
either way, though, at this point in time.
I don't know.
Nobody truly gives a fuck about us.
No.
That's the bottom line.
That's
Stone Cold
the bottom line. What?
I wish I had a piece of glass to break.
Don't.
Yeah.
That might be the fucking coolest thing in anything ever.
It's the best intro.
Well, no, every time he comes out, one guy's talking shit, and all of a sudden you hear the glass break, and everybody on the fucking oh shit!
Yeah.
And you come in there with his blue jean shorts and cut off t-shirt, and you're like, hell yeah! That's pretty good Stone Cold, wasn't it?
That was pretty good. Yeah.
Hell yeah! I practice in the mirror at night when I shave my head.
I saw that deal you put on Facebook the other day.
What?
This is what I wanted.
Oh yeah. That's why I shared it, because it fucking.
Yeah, this is true.
This is true.
Yeah, this is real life.
This is how I feel every day. He's a beer drinking hell raising son of a bitch.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
This is wildly off topic.
No, keep going, man. It's fine.
But him and Undertaker had a weird thing when they were
starting
in
out.
the industry.
Yeah, not in starting out, but they had a.
It was in the Attitude Era, and then now they did. Stone Cold has a podcast.
I would love to be on that.
And it talks about all kinds of random, but Undertaker has his own beer now, or no, I'm sorry, his own wine.
Really?
Yeah, and Stone
Is
Cold
it
has
Broken
his own
Skull
beer.
wine?
No, Stone Cold has Broken Skull. Undertaker has his own wine.
Oh.
I just fucked all that up. I'm going to start that over. I'm sorry. Stone Cold has his own beer, Broken Skull.
Hell yeah.
Undertaker has his own wine.
What?
Don't know the name of it.
What?
But Stone Cold is not a wine guy, really.
Yeah.
But he had Undertaker on his podcast to taste his wine. And it was the most hilariously awkward, funny thing ever. Because no, this is how you do it. You gotta swirl it. Then you gotta. Then you gotta smell it. And then you gotta take a little bit in your mouth. You gotta swish it.
Have you ever?
It's you know what, man? This is pretty good wine.
Have you ever went to a wine tasting thing?
I don't like wine.
Have you ever went to a wine tasting thing?
No, because I don't like wine.
It's the fucking.
Not interested.
It's the worst. I went to one at Enoch Stomp out here in Longview, and it was like a
Pittsburgh.
No, Enoch Stomp. not Los Pinos. You're gonna Google it, aren't you?
No, I'm getting another beer.
Oh, okay.
I'll
No.
Google it later. I'm not going to prove you wrong on the podcast.
No, Enoch Stomps out here in Longview, and we went to like a fancy. I had to dress up. I had to wear a sports coat and everything. It was. I wore my cowboy boots. I'll tell you.
Yeah.
I'll tell you that much. I've actually been thinking about wearing cowboy boots more often.
They're just so uncomfortable.
I have a pair of my great grandfather's boots that are like. They're socks. That's all. That's what they feel like.
Those might be comfortable. Yeah.
They're black, fucking snakeskin boots. They're the cockroach killers.
We're both wrong. It's in Harleton.
Okay, Harleton's right down the street. Whatever. So we went there, and they had a wine. Well, so you're supposed to like spit out the wine.
Correct.
You're supposed to do like the fucking swirl, the sniff.
You spit out the first set, then you drink it.
Yeah. Dude, I drank a gallon of wine that night.
If it's going in my mouth, it's going in my belly.
That's right. I'm not here to like.
I'm not suffering through this bullshit for no results.
So there was people there that were like asking me questions like, what did you think about the number 4, Pinot Grigio or whatever? And I was like,
it was dog shit, but I'm drunk.
yeah. I was like, I don't know, man. Kind of tastes like vodka with cranberry fruits and fruit grapes. I don't know. Like, okay. Kalen was so fucking mad at me. I was like red face, wino drunk. Wine drunk is such a different drunk.
It's the worst hangover.
It was the ass. Yes.
Like wine and champagne hangovers are the worst.
Champagne.
It just immediately sucks all the moisture out of your body.
You
you have a
speaking
headache
of moisture
for
out of your
6
body,
days.
I've got to piss. All right.
We'll be right back.
back.
I would like to file a formal complaint against whoever decided not to buy a 6-inch longer piece of conduit and install that light switch in that bathroom.
Yeah, it's kind of
7 feet above the ground.
I feel like Indiana Jones looking at like trying to find the switch to open a door. Yeah, it's me, Ricky Business.
It's me, Risky Biggets.
Rissy Bingus. What were we talking about? Being drunk?
Yeah, wine tastings.
Yeah, fucking. That was the worst hangover I've ever experienced in my entire life.
So I've been on like a lot of brewery tours,
Mm-hmm.
and they'll do the same thing. They give you all these samples, yeah?
Mm-hmm.
You're just supposed to drink those. But, you start mixing your sauces because they give you all the different kinds.
Yeah.
That'll get you.
Yeah.
But then you're like just sleepy, and you're okay the next day. But a wine hangover will kill you.
Dude, I got, like, wine drunk was so different for me because I was, like, frisky.
So was gravity.
Sucks. Like, I was, like I was, like, grabbing dudes' arms, like, what's up, cowboy?
Hey, baby.
No, I wasn't trying to, like, let me suck your dick. I was just, like,
Oh, that's good.
I was trying to fight, dude. I was not trying to fight, but I was just, like, see what happens.
Well, we're going to figure it out.
I fucking would
today.
love to say that's out of me, but it's not at all.
Why? The Cowboys just signed Javonte Williams because we make bad decisions. Go team.
Go sports. I don't envy. Like when we were watching Landman together,
Yeah.
I was drunk, but like he showed up, and I was like, "Fuck this motherfucker!" I don't like him. I get it. He's probably some kind of smart businessman, and he's made a killing on like the idea of a cowboy. But like, I fucking cannot stand that dude.
No, like when he bought the team, I think he
bought legacy, dude.
he had good intentions. And for the first 10 years, 15 years that he had the team, it was fantastic.
Well, they already had the fucking foundation set to how to make a good team.
Right. And like, then he got Jimmy Johnson in, and it was great. And then he got tired of Jimmy Johnson not listening to what he said.
Shit.
Well, Jimmy wouldn't listen to him.
No,
Jimmy
Jimmy's
was
a
like, no,
fucking man.
I'm here to coach this team.
Jimmy's a
You're
man.
here to write the checks.
Jimmy's a man.
Yeah. He just retired from
Yeah, I know.
Fox.
Yeah.
Wild.
Jimmy Johnson was just a man doing a man's job.
That
If you're a boss and you have an employee that's like superb at his job, just give him a check.
Yeah.
Let him fucking handle it.
He did the opposite. He was like, fuck you. You're fired.
I was such a huge Cowboys fan as a kid.
Oh, me too. Still am. I mean,
It's
can't help it.
2000 and
I mean, it brings me great misery and sadness, but I can't help it.
2008. I made a fucking pact to myself. I will not cheer for the Cowboys until Jerry Jones is dead.
I'm pretty sure he's a vampire.
I've adrenochrome.
Probably.
He's part of that thing.
Yep. He's probably on Epstein's list.
I can't wait to see it.
We won't ever.
Him and Don Sterling. I don't care if you fuck him. Just don't take pictures with him. So bad. Fuck.
Donald Sterling owns the Knicks.
He owned the Clippers.
The Clippers, yeah.
He owned the Clippers, and he had this badass piece of split tail. And she was taking pictures with the basketball players.
Yeah.
And he got caught on film. He literally said, I don't care if you fuck them. Just don't take pictures with them N-words.
Yeah.
The fucking wildest statement ever made, ever.
Man, I remember that was like
That was top
headline news, too.
shit. Yes.
Oh, we were talking about 60 Minutes. They interviewed her on 60 Minutes. And she was like, I'm Mr. Sterling's right-hand bunny
Yeah.
friend. Like some wild bullshit. Like none of it made sense. You could
Yeah.
tell that she was not coherent.
Oh, she was bad as fuck, dude.
What, she was a Playboy bunny, wasn't she?
She was just a fucking stardom up. I don't think she was a Playboy bunny. I don't think she was a porn star or anything like that. I think she was just a fucking bad bitch.
Okay.
There's a lot of those, like, there's these, like, professional basketball player escorts.
It's probably over all sports.
Well, it almost ruined James Harden. James Harden, every time he come to Houston, he fucking would only score 2 points because he was so sweepy from having sex with all them hoes.
It's like the Miami flu
Yes.
that they talk about in football all the time.
Yeah.
Because the strip clubs stay open till 5 a.m.
Yes.
It happens in Atlanta, too.
Allegedly. Yes. I've never been to a strip club.
I have.
No, I've been to one, and it was not my favorite.
I broke into one.
You did? You tell the you need.
Did I think I've told it on the podcast
I don't
before.
think you have. I think you just told us in private.
All right. So this is for a friend's birthday. Going to Shreveport. And I had to meet him there after work. So like they had already been hanging out, partying or whatever before I got there.
Is this friend? I know this friend very well, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
You know everybody in this story.
Yeah.
I'm surprised you weren't there.
I think there was like drama.
Okay.
All that bullshit.
No, I think this is before that.
No.
Maybe not. Anyway. So I meet him at the hotel. We go eat food.
Yum, 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 yum.
Proceed to drink all of the alcohol that Shreveport has to offer.
A lot of it.
Well, they had already had a head start.
Yeah.
And I'm not trying to catch up. I'm just trying to like
get you where you need to be.
get to where I need to be.
Yes.
Right. So we go to Hustler Club for, I don't know, hour, 2 hours. We're not there very long.
Right.
Well, most of us are not there very long.
Yeah.
And then it's like, I don't know, 1 a.m. at this point in time.
Right.
Maybe midnight. It's late. So we're like, hey, we're going to go back to the hotel room, get some pizza, have a little nightcap, and go to bed.
Yes.
And it's like 6 dudes in a hotel room. So, because we're young, we're poor, we're here to have a good time, not a long time kind of a situation.
Hell yeah.
So we all get back to the room, and there's one friend, one buddy was left behind. Said buddy will not answer his phone or any text messages. And we're like, well, he was at the Hustler Club when we left, and he said he was leaving right behind us.
Is this the tall one?
No.
Oh.
So we all, we go back to the room, whatever, and then me and the tall one go on a rescue mission. We have to retrieve said friend.
Yeah.
And we're like, well, fuck. We go into the front, and we're like, hey, our buddy's in there. We're trying to get him out. We need to go get him.
We got to get him home before.
We got to get, like he's been here for a long time.
Yeah.
It's time to go.
Yeah.
Like, well, we can go get him if you tell us what he looks like. So we describe him to a T.
He looks stinky.
And they come back, we can't find him. He's like, he's sitting at the stage. He's in the same place he was when we left, I promise. Like, nope, sorry. You can come in and get him if you want to, but you got to pay the cover. I'm like, I've already paid it. I'm not, no,
Yeah.
not doing this again. So me and tall friend go back outside, and we're like, both of us are calling him. He doesn't have my number, so I know why he ignored my calls. He has other guys' number for sure.
Yeah. But like honestly, if you're in his position, you're like, I know what they're calling me for.
No, I don't think he ever. I think he forgot he had a phone at that point in
He's
time.
just not coherent at all.
No, there was enough alcohol and enough tits in his face where he didn't even care.
I get it.
So we're outside walking around smoking cigarettes, trying to like figure out how we're going to achieve our mission of rescuing homie.
Yes.
And we're kind of like, we didn't want to hang out right in front of the building because we don't want to be like
Creepy.
weird, like, hey, can you pay my cover to get back in? Like, we're not, that's not even in our brains.
Yeah.
So we're like around the corner hanging out, and I see
In Shreveport.
I see one of the dancers walk out this door,
Yeah.
which is the alleyway that runs, it's not really an alley, it's a very small street
Right.
that runs beside the club. So I was like, oh, cool, there's a door over there.
Yeah.
Let's check it out. So we walk over there, and there's no handle on the outside.
Right. It's just a deadlock.
It's an exit.
Right.
But when Miss Ma'am walked out, the door shut behind her. It didn't shut all the way.
There you go.
There's like, I don't know, maybe a little bit more than a quarter of an inch,
Yeah.
like just sticking out. And I managed to somehow like finger grip it, pull the door open.
You hear that, ladies?
And bass player, strong fingers. Me and tall friend walk in. There's nobody right there by the door, but it's right by the stage.
Yeah.
It's like this, the stage is in like a corner stage kind of, or it's like it's a stage at a strip club. It covers a lot of territory, but this door is right by the stage. So we walk in, or I walk in and sit down directly next to the lost homie, and I'm like, "Hey, we've been trying to get a hold of you for 2 hours. You've got to leave. We're leaving right now." Tall Buddy had to go take a piss. Tall Buddy gets accosted by the bouncers. It was like, "Hey, where's your friend with the long hair?" And he was like, "I came in here by myself. I don't know where." Like, props to him,
Real boy.
being a great friend.
Yes.
Like, he's taking one for the team. He walks out the front door because they're like, "You didn't pay to get in here. You got to get out of
He's
here."
trying to fuck. He's probably like, how the fuck did you get in
And
here?
he's like, "Okay." So this whole time, I'm like, "Hey," tapping dude on the leg, tapping dude on the shoulder. We gotta go. It's time to go. Like, we're gonna leave you again, and
You won't have a way back.
everybody is personally worried about you right now
Yeah.
because you won't answer your phone.
Because you're drunk.
Yeah. So about the time I get done with conversation, I get that tap on the shoulder,
Hey, buddy.
and I turn around and I look, and it's this giant human. He's like, "Hey, man." It's like, "Hey, what's going on?" And I was like, "Hey, no, I know."
Yeah.
And he goes, "I need you to get up and walk out the same door you came in."
Yeah.
And I was like, "Okay. Will you make sure he leaves after me?"
Yes.
And the guy was like, "What are you talking about?" I was like, "We've been trying to get a hold of this dude for like 2 hours. We didn't know where he was at. We're worried about him.
Yeah.
Figured he was in here. We tried to come in the front door to just find him and get him out. They wouldn't let us in without paying a cover again."
Right.
He's like, "Okay, I get it. I got you. I'll make sure he comes out right after you out the front door.
What
I
a
need
good guy.
you to get up and walk out the door you just came in."
Yeah, he knows.
I was like, "Yes, sir." So I got up and walked back out that side door. I met both of them at the front door. We went back to the hotel and ate some pizza and went to bed.
Fuck yeah.
So yes, I have factually broken into a strip club before. And didn't go to jail.
Yeah.
Because I wasn't trying to bullshit the guy. I was like, "Look, I get it. I know. We didn't know if this guy was okay."
But he was
He was.
just super hammered.
Super hammered.
Yeah. If I'm like doing the math in my head, because you've told me a story before, but I don't remember everything. And if it's who I think it is, it makes sense. Sort of.
I will divulge the names to you
Yeah.
after we get done. Because as soon as I say it, you're like, oh yeah.
This is no better than the JFK shit. We're just redacting everything.
That's true.
I went to a strip club in Oklahoma City called Night Trips with nothing but Canadians. They wanted to go so bad. I don't like strip clubs. I don't like the idea of them. And it's not me being like, I'm an ally. I just don't like them.
This is a waste of money.
It's a waste of money. These hoes ain't loyal. They don't love you. They could care less. They just want you green. That's it. There's other reasons, but like for the most part, I just don't like that about them. These Canadians got me, like, we were drinking on the patio at the hotel. Had like 4 days off. Actually, I came up with the greatest saying ever in Oklahoma City. We had a half a day the next day. Like, we went to work, and it's like, hey, tomorrow's a half day. You know, just letting y'all know, y'all leave at lunch. As we're walking out the door, I was like, hey, tomorrow's a half day. We might as well make it miserable, huh? And they're like, what do you mean? Like, let's drink tonight. And like, there's a couple of guys that still, they're like, that should be a saying on a t-shirt. Like, if it's a half a day, we might as well make it miserable.
Might as well make it miserable.
So we were drinking on the patio, and I'll divulge names because nobody knows these people. Well, they look on my friends list on Facebook, they'll see them. Never
They'll
mind.
be the only Canadians there.
Yes, there's 5 Canadians on my friends list, and every one of them are part of this story. They were like, hey, we should go get us a fucking nice steak. We'll drink a fucking pint of whiskey, and we'll go to a strip club. I was like, steak sounds great. Whiskey sounds wonderful. I don't know about the strip club. And they're like, why are you being such a fucking bitch about the strip club? It blew their mind. Like,
Yeah.
they're like, everything I've done with those guys to this point, like, we've gotten a bar fight together. We drank the fucking town.
This is after the bar fight.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I've told this story. I told the story about the bar fight.
Yeah. The Sky Vodka Lounge.
Sky Vodka Lounge, Oklahoma City, Bricktown. Yeah, that was fun. This is after that. Like, these guys have no reason not to think.
You're here for whatever.
Yeah, but when they were talking about going to a strip club, I was like, dude, we can just stay here and get drunk, save our money. I said, hell, we can go to a club and try to find a girl to strip for us later. I don't know what you want. Like, I just wasn't about it.
No, it makes sense. I get it.
Yeah, and well, they were like, we want to go. It's not a party if you're not with us. And like that kind of was like playing into like, oh fuck, my friends need me.
Yeah, guess I'm not gonna be that guy.
Yeah, I'll go. So we went to a steakhouse that was across the street from the strip club, and we all ate a steak, and we were all drinking like just fucking neat glasses of whiskey. Like, that's. Oh, well, I got pretty good drunk.
That'll do it.
With a full tummy, and we went to the club.
A hard drunk on a full tummy is impressive.
Yeah. I don't think anyone realizes how much I drank on that work trip. I shouldn't have gone. I didn't learn shit. You tell me anything about I was supposed to learn, like, nothing.
I thought I was just here to make money.
Yeah. We would sit in class a couple times and like learn stuff, and I would just walk out to throw up. I was like, I gotta die.
Just perpetually hungover.
Never was late.
Yeah.
Always showed up, but sometimes I go to the bathroom and throw up. And I was one of the most skilled like tool hands there, like just naturally.
Right.
It's in my blood. Being a goddamn tool hand. So we get to the strip club, and we had to pay to get in, of course. And like me and the guys go straight to the bar, and we all get Tecate beers, because Tecate beers are the only beer that's not near beer.
Yep.
So
it's an import.
It's an import.
Yeah.
That was the whole thing about Oklahoma. Like, anytime we would go to a bar, it was like, I need
a full strength beer.
Yeah. Yeah. Shinerbog, Pacifica, Tecate, Labatt Blue. We drank a bunch of those too.
They have those in Oklahoma City?
Yeah,
That's
found
a shocker.
We found them.
But those dudes were tickled.
Yeah, they were really about it. So one of the dudes who at the time was engaged, he was not doing well drunk-wise. He wasn't like sloppy, but he was like, he had that fucking wild eye about him.
Yeah.
He was part Inuit. Like, you know, he's one of the native people of Canada.
Right.
You know, real short eyes, black hair. So like booze treated him different.
Oh yeah, they don't handle it well.
Yeah, the other guys are, I think they might have just been from Ireland that moved to Canada. One's redheaded.
Yeah.
You know.
They got the good genes.
They got the good ones.
I apologize. That was slightly racist.
Nah, it'll be all right. I'll figure it out.
Sorry.
So we were watching these girls dance, and like I went to the ATM and I got like $60. And then I went to the bartender. I was like, "Hey, can you make these ones? Because if I'm going to be there, I'm going to support." You know,
Right.
they might have a kid at home. I don't know.
Sure.
So I'm doing this, like throwing ones, just as you do there,
As one does.
Yeah,
at these establishments.
We're getting kind of drunk. We're drinking a lot. The beers were like $2 for the Tecate.
Cheap beer
It
at a
was
strip
so
club.
cheap. I don't know what it was. Like I think they knew what they were doing. Like let's get them real drunk, and then they'll pay for things. Well, this like Torta came up to me and she's like, "Hey, Poppy, do you want to dance?" And I was like, "Well, how much is a dance? Because if I'm gonna be there, I might as well experience some shit." I was like, "How much is a dance?"
I'm already investing in your future.
Yeah, I'm already here. She goes, "It's $20 for 2 songs." I was like, "Hell yeah!"
Shit's cheap in Oklahoma.
It was cheap. This was 2010,
Okay.
2011, somewhere around in there. I go, yeah, we'll do that. We'll fucking 2 songs. And then I joke with my buddy. I was like, "Hey, tell him to put on Bohemian Rhapsody real quick."
Because it's like 9 minutes long.
I was
Yeah.
like, and the second song started out. It was like a R&B song, but it was like Keith Sweat. Fucking. Oh, what song is it? It's a longer song.
Yeah.
And we get going, doing the dance, and I was like, "This is doing nothing for me."
I just want to go back to the hotel and sleep.
Yeah, and I was like, "Okay, thank you." She's like, "You don't want to?" She's like, "2 more songs for $10." I was like, "Probably not." I was like, "Nothing against you. I just, it's doing nothing for me. Like,
Yeah.
like we're not going home together.
Right.
Like, you don't even know my fucking name. This was a cool experience. Thanks for."
You don't love me.
You don't want to be my girlfriend. I go back to the group, and like at this time, it's been like 2 hours, 2.5 hours. Like we just been hanging out, drinking, doing this shit, and we can't find one of our dudes. And guy was like, "Hey, have you seen Oh Boy?" And I go, "I haven't seen him since we got here. Like he was here for like 20 minutes."
Is this is the not doing well
Yeah.
fella?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So we go like looking around, like, did he get kicked out? I start calling, and he answers, and I can hear the same music in the phone.
So he's still there somewhere.
It's like, "Hey, where you at?" He's like, "I'm fucking gonna get married."
Oh God.
I was like, dude, where are you at? He's like, "With my future wife," and you can hear a girl laughing in the background. And
Was he in like a private room?
He was.
Oh God.
He was in a private room. No shit. The guy spent $1,100.
Ugh.
And this girl, her nickname was Tulsa. And we had to like physically pull him away from her because he thought she was trying to marry him. And like the bouncer's like, kick rocks. We closed the place down. It's 2 a.m. It's like time to go home.
Right.
And the bouncer's like, "Y'all got to go." And my buddy's like, "I don't know who the fuck you are, but you're standing between me and my future wife." And Tulsa was like, she was so cool about it. She's like, "We're not getting married. This was just part of it."
Yeah. This is the job.
And he's like, No. I spent my bonus on you. We're in love.
Oh no.
And like, we had to hook arms.
Oh no.
Like me and another guy's like, "Can you punch a man and knock him out?" And I was like, I don't know.
Maybe.
He's the guy that punched the other guy out. Like, I don't know.
So the guy that's already knocked one dude out is asking you if you have the capacity to do what he did?
No, the guy that's fucked up is the guy who punched the guy out.
Oh, okay.
Like, he was hero. Sean Warnell. He was fucking hero.
Fact check me, I dare you.
Yeah, and we fucking finally pulled him into that minivan taxi and drug his ass home. And he was so fucking mad at us. Like, in the van, he was like trying to kick us and fight us.
Just
and
cussing you out the whole way home.
You know, you fucking ruined everything, you know? And I was like, dude.
I was going to be happy for once.
I was like, you got a fiance. What
That's...
Yes.
Oh, no.
I was like, you're going to get married down the street, dude. What are we doing? He's like, you don't even fucking understand. We woke up.
Yikes.
We woke up like at a fucking noon the next day. And I go downstairs and I was like, what? Do you not make breakfast this late? That's fine. I just need something to eat and drink, please.
What are my options?
Do you have any of the cold apple juice that comes out of the machine? I need that because I'm dying real bad. You know, and everyone starts lumbering downstairs. And he walks down there and you can tell he's like hurting. You know, like, yeah, last night was wild. And I go, you don't want to get married anymore, dude? He's like, what are you talking about?
Doesn't even remember
fucking
it.
not a lick of it.
No.
I was like, dude, we were gonna fucking fist fight you over you not wanting to leave the strip club. He goes, I only remember a girl pulling me into a booth. I was like,
So he didn't know how much money
he spent.
Oh no.
He
That's
had
a
no
hard
idea.
realization to come
And
to.
then like an hour later, he starts looking at his fucking online. He's like, I'm a fucking murdered man.
Yeah. Because that's all going home to mama.
Yeah. Yeah. All said and done, it was like $1,300. His bar tab, the fucking dancing.
Oh, no.
And like the whole rest of the trip, we're like, Tulsa, I love you, Tulsa. And then every other night, I was like we'd get kind of,
Hey, you want to go strip club?
yeah, I was like, you want to go to strip club? And he's
Maybe
like,
Tulsa's there.
yeah, he's like, fuck you, man. I'm not going to strip club. That was cool. That was such a cool trip, man. We went to a Avenged Sevenfold concert.
How long were you there for? Like a month?
No, like 4 months.
Oh, wow. Okay.
4 or 5 months. I really let it all hang out. We went to an OKC Thunder game
I bet that was fun.
as they were making their run for the fucking, like, that was the year that they lost out to the Mavericks, and Mavericks went on to win it.
Ah, okay.
Yeah, we went to an OKC game, got completely plowed before even getting there. The fucking
Checks out.
the Bricktown taxi service, like, they were ready for us. Like, we would call them
A
and be
driver on standby.
like, come to Marriott Residential. They're like, oh, these fucking dirty oil field
These
workers.
dudes again?
I ate steak every night because I had per diem. So I was going to the Texas Roadhouse. That was in our parking lot.
Oh, that's not.
They
that's
wouldn't pay
not-
you for your beer,
Yeah.
but I was spending what I would spend on dinner on my beer.
Right.
And they had like $1.50 Lone Stars. It was the greatest.
It's fantastic.
Me and my buddy Hayden went to different museums one Saturday, like a couple, like a fucking straight up.
That's awesome.
We just went to like there's a banjo museum, there's a American Western museum, and we were driving around, and he's like, you know, like John Anderson and Aaron Neville sound a lot, and I go, you don't say, like that. And he's like, you sound just like him. So the rest of the day I was talking like Aaron Neville. I don't know much, but like the whole day I was talking like either John Anderson or Aaron Neville, and he thought that was the funniest fucking thing he's ever been a part of.
That's pretty funny.
It was cool, man. I had no strings. I had no, like, nothing was holding me back. So like, Hayden would go home on the weekends. I'd stay in Oklahoma because I had nothing really going back in Texas.
Right.
So I was like, I'll just be here.
This is way before wife and kids. Anything
This is
else.
before
Yeah.
everything. This is after certain things and before certain things.
As such is life.
And I really had no friends, and then I also didn't have anything else. So
Yeah.
I was just in Oklahoma living my best life,
successfully.
and I was making fucking wonderful money. Yeah. Like, I was getting paid for 12-hour days, 5 days a week, even though I was in class for 8 hours.
That's, dude.
and like my hourly rate was great. Then we started running jobs during the day, and I got paid job pay. So like, there's a 2-week span there. I was probably making close to like $2,400
That's awesome.
a week,
That's awesome.
and like I fucking went through it.
Dude, the oil field is for single dudes for sure.
Mm-hmm.
It like, I get it. I get the appeal. Like, if
When I
that would have been an option, and I would have been smart when I was younger, I would have tried.
I lucked out because I used to drink with a couple of guys at the lodge.
Yeah.
And they were all fucking oil field hands, and they're like, if you get in the oil field, do not be a work over rig hand. Do not be this, do not be that. Try to be a tool pusher. And I went to a temp agency, and they had a position for a warehouse man option tool hand.
Perfect.
And I was like, let me on that shit. And the starting pay was like $15 an hour, and I was 21, 22.
That's fantastic. 13 years ago, 14 years ago, whatever it was.
And I got in there and I fucking made a hand real quick, and like I learned everything I could, soaked it up like a switch. But the first 8 months,
Sucked ass.
I worked 7 days a week, 12, 14 hours a day. Well, some days I saw this one shift from me getting there and me actually leaving. I saw the sun come up twice,
Oh, God.
and I was like, "Yo,
This is terrible.
you got a pink pee?
Yeah.
Go pee, man."
Okay. Yeah, Oklahoma sounds like a wild. What? Are we
It's
doing
recording.
it? We're doing it. All
Yeah.
right, cool. Yeah, Oklahoma sounds like a wild place to be. Sorry about that. We had a little technical
it's
difficulties.
Just, I guess it's how you treat it. Like,
I guess everything's that way.
yeah,
To an
I could
extent.
probably go to fucking Lukenbach, Texas, and make it a fucking party capital of the world if I really wanted to.
Kind of already is, yeah.
It's my favorite place in Texas. It's really cool. Let's go to Lukenbach, Texas. Yeah, so this podcast has been fucking fun.
It's been one
I just
of
been rambling.
the more random ones we've done,
Yeah.
but like in a good way. So
I've been looking forward to doing it all week. I was like, that's the only fucking silver lining I can see about anything.
it's the reason to get to the next Monday.
Yeah, I got my feelings hurt. I shit my pants. I almost went blind.
Yeah, you had a bad week.
It was not my favorite. But, the whole time I stayed through it. I didn't kill myself, so that's one thing. Seriously, Tuesday night, like at fucking 11 o'clock midnight, I was like, death has to be better than this.
Like you had like nothing left in your body physically except the demons of whatever.
I was
still
chugging
in
water,
there.
so I just didn't fucking dry heave.
But then as soon as you got the water in you, the water was coming back.
Right, but it was better than dry heaving.
Ugh, dude.
I made, y'all should fucking put me up for an award because I made a promo for this podcast
From your bathroom floor.
from my bathroom
Yeah.
floor.
I don't know that there's anything I hate in the world more than throwing up.
Yeah.
And especially when you get to the point of dry heaving.
Yeah.
Because you're like, look, obviously I've gotten it out of me. Like there's nothing.
What are we doing?
Whatever body was trying to reject has been rejected sufficiently. Can we
Yeah.
just end this?
My ex brought me activated charcoal to take. She brought me like 10 capsules, and I took them all at once because she said it will stop the death. And it did. It
And
fucking did.
I think that'll also stop you from shitting for a long time.
Sunday was the first solid turn I had. Yeah,
That checks out. That checks
yeah,
out.
checked out.
Was it 6 days? 5 days?
Uh-huh.
Yeah. Ooh.
I was so ready not to shit. I was like, I'll never do this again. I'll never fucking look forward to it. Nothing. I just wanted to stop dying. That's
Yeah.
all I wanted to do.
Oh, that sucks, man.
Yeah, last week sucked, man. But it just goes to show you, like, you can have a terrible 7 days.
Yeah. You can bounce back.
I was looking forward to Sunday. I was like, yeah. I was like, hi. My body was like, no.
we can't do this.
Whole body was like, for some reason, Matt.
You were still recovering. That's why.
Yeah, I was having a hard, like, I got fucked up Saturday. Like, to be honest, I don't know how many beers I drank. I feel like it was a lot, but it might have been, I feel like I could have drank way more and been way better.
Well, they fucked up because they were in the bottles. It just doesn't taste the same out of the bottle.
No, yeah. But I was like, I'm out. I'm hanging out. I'm going to drink beer.
Yeah, we
And
had
it-
a great time.
Had a great time. Drank a lot of beer, I feel like.
Yeah, 10
But
or
I feel
so.
like I've drank way more and been way better. Because we went back to your place, and I was like, God damn, I'm thinking about my dad tonight.
Yeah. Well, and we like, you probably had 10. I probably had 7.
Yeah.
And then we back to the house and turned on Landman, and we probably had one
One
more.
or two.
Yeah, 1 or 2 more.
Yeah.
And
That was-
I went to bed and I was fine.
I was fucking drunk.
Yeah. I think your body was just still in recovery mode. So
That's what I think it is. Like my like all that beautiful recovery juice I have. Like usually I can drink all the beers.
Right.
I'm like, oh
Yeah. No, you
Feel-
spent it all on the bathroom floor on Tuesday night,
yeah.
and your body was like, "I can't help you today, bud."
All my magic is gone.
Yeah. But guess what? It's a new week. Magic is back.
It's a new week. And the weather's nice.
The sun is still up.
This is so fun. I hate.
Can we just pick a fucking time and stick with it, please?
Yeah. Yeah, there's 24 hours. Can we not change anything? I'll go 24 in the 8th hour.
I don't
and
care.
let it add up.
I don't care. I just want to stop changing.
Yeah.
The farmers don't give a shit anymore. It doesn't matter.
That's all there is.
That's what it was for initially.
yeah.
It's nobody cares.
Mm-mm.
Pick a time.
Well, during the summer, the fucking sun goes down at 9 p.m.
Yeah.
And I hate that.
Well, yeah.
I do not like that. I don't like going to bed when the sun's fucking... Because, like, honestly, the way my fucking body
It's
works...
worse when you've got kids. You're trying to get your kids in bed at 8
The
o'clock.
sun's still out, Dad.
Dad, it's still daylight outside. I don't care. It's almost 9 o'clock. Go to bed.
Yeah, the time is the same, but it's time to go to bed.
And I get it. Like, that was my negotiating tactic when I was their age also. So, like, I don't fault them for it.
No,
but
I don't.
It sucks. I don't like it. I don't like it. Pick a time. Stick with the time.
Well, how the fuck are we in Texas and we don't do what Arizona does? I think we've talked about this before.
We
Like
did several episodes ago.
a long time ago.
It was it never made it past the house
Yeah.
because somebody was a coward.
That's the problem with these fucking dickheads.
Yeah.
Cowards. They
No-
don't want to stand on
They
principle.
got no principles to stand on. They're just cashing checks.
I'll stand on principles.
Can you imagine us as like even low level politicians?
Could you imagine me being in the House of Congress and doing the same thing I did Monday night?
Yeah, that'd be wild. Like, hey, fuck you.
Hey, fuck you. Could you imagine me looking people in the eye and like, you ain't gonna do a fucking
Yeah,
thing?
you fucked up, buddy.
Yeah.
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 Maybe that's what we need.
Maybe like, especially if it's like a bill I really, really like and they kind of start talking shit about it. And I'm like, oh.
Did you even read it?
Oh.
Did you even read it, bud?
Do you want to fucking do this right now?
Start quoting lines from it.
Yeah.
Oh, you didn't know that was in there?
Oh.
It's because you didn't fucking read it.
Because your eyes don't work.
Because you're
fucking idiot.
95 years old. Retire.
Yeah. Die. Go spend time with your grandkids, you fucking weirdo.
Yeah.
I don't feel good about what I did last Monday.
That's okay. He deserved it.
No.
Yeah.
Maybe. I don't know. I stood on all fucking 10 toes on principle, though.
You did. You did.
I
So,
was surprised he didn't call the police on me.
no. He wouldn't have had any reason to.
I don't know.
All we did was tell him to kindly leave the premises,
Yeah.
and he chose to accept those terms. This dude made a shitty joke. I responded to said shitty joke, and then he decided to double down and make it worse. And at that point in time, things got touchy, hostile.
I took the shit out of my pocket.
I know, and I was like, "Hey, bud, that's fine. Calm down. Like, just it's fine.
Not
It's
to,
fine.
and
It's
like
fine.
it's
It's
not.
fine."
I don't like doing that. I'm like I said earlier in the podcast. Like I'm looking for that right now,
Yeah,
and it's not good.
and then luckily he went to the bathroom and then came back and realized that he had fucked up and tried to backpedal real quick.
Yeah.
But at that point in time, it was like, no, you should probably just.
I just kept saying
probably-
"fuck off."
You should probably just leave.
Yeah, that was not cool. It's not who I want to be remembered.
I don't
like.
even know that he really apologized.
He did.
Did he?
He's like, "Hey, I think what I said earlier was
Oh, that's
Had
right.
a
And I was
bad
like,
taste.
yeah, It was.
And I was like, go fuck yourself. Get out of here. And he's like, let me get my stuff, like, do that and go fuck off. And, like, there was not, like I didn't back down a fucking millimeter. I was just like,
no.
Well, and then I got diarrhea. That's how God punishes you. You think you're Billy Badass, God will shut you down.
Yeah, something will.
That's the only, like, that made me believe in God. And I was like, wow. Is this what happens when I fucking
it's like,
tap in?
Karma is a thing.
Is that what happens when I tap into my ancient DNA?
I don't know, man. Like, I appreciate you having my back.
All day. Every day.
I was going to let it go.
I wasn't. I was so fucking ready to go, dude.
I mean, I was going to continue to talk shit, but I was not going to escalate it further than that. But you were ready to beat that guy until he couldn't stand up anymore.
Well, the thing was, I was taking my things out of my pocket, and then I was going to start talking more shit.
Yeah.
To see if he was fucking stupid enough to make it another thing.
Yeah, he was not. Thankfully for him, he was not.
Like, I wasn't going to, like, jump his ass right when he got out of the bathroom, but I was going to go...
Because that would be a bitch move.
I was going to go deep into my pockets of fucking gnarly shit to say about him, stupid ass. But, like, I was just prepared to, like, not break my cell phone.
Yeah.
Not have a weapon on me.
Yeah. Smart. Those are smart decisions.
Yeah. I know. I've been in these hallways before.
Thankfully, it didn't get to that point.
Yeah, thank God.
Because he was smart enough to realize that he fucked up and said dumb shit and apologized and left. So, good for him.
Yeah, he did a good job.
He realized he was an adult and had to make adult decisions.
Yeah. I don't feel good about it. I'm sorry. I don't know who I'm apologizing to, but, like, I didn't feel good about it. I felt good about it at first. I was like, it kind of like let the pressure off a little bit.
Right.
Yeah, that's why I'm back on the happy pills. I was taking happy pills before that, though.
Different ones?
Same
ones?
I started taking the happy pills I've been knowing I've had, like, a fucking weird temper thing for a while. And, like, I just don't want my kids to see it. And I don't want, like, it's hard to fucking just have that in your back of your head.
Yeah. No, that's a real demon to fight for sure.
I don't like it. It's something that I've worked very hard not to, like, have.
I don't have the anger thing, but I have, like, the mouth thing. Like,
no, the mouth is.
I will say some unjustifiable shit.
Well, I will say unjustifiable shit to see where it goes.
Right. I hope it. For me, I hope it does it because I'm not gonna win a fight.
Yeah.
But I'll talk a lot of shit.
Yeah. No, I love it.
And I just assume that people are gonna realize that I'm an idiot and walk away.
No, like I fucking love when someone says something ignorant to me, and then I will call their bluff in a fucking very wild way to see, like, what their reaction is. Putting someone on their heels verbally, God, it's better than coming to me. Like, I love that shit. Yeah. And it's not good.
Typically, that's what happens with me also, is, like, very rarely does it escalate to, like, a physical thing.
Yeah.
Because, if you say the right thing, they quickly change their mind.
Yeah, and to be fair, that's what that guy was trying to do.
Yeah. You weren't going to let him.
Yeah, but then it was like when I heard you say what you said after that, and then he said that, and I was like, oh, he doesn't understand the fucking levels. I don't know.
He's just a dumb kid, man.
Yeah.
I don't think he's a kid. He's old enough to know better.
He's old enough to drink.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. You want to shut her down?
Yeah, we'll call it here. That'll work.
We're probably going to try to go live next week, and I think it's going to be super duper fun.
Well, it may be a goddamn shit show at first, but we'll figure it out.
I just think it's going to be cool to be able to, like, oh, someone's writing something right now.
Yeah.
And then they're like, oh, okay, jack me off. Oh, you got me.
Oh, like the Peloton.
Those
are so funny when people randomly put their, like, those kind of word names in the Peloton shit and they're reading them.
Huge clitoris.
Yeah.
Yeah. Fuck yeah.
All right. Hey, we love you guys.
Yeah,
thank you so much for your support. It means a lot.
If you guys would love, if you guys are cool with it, y'all should, like, comment under all our shit. It helps the algorithm out. It helps people see us more. We're just two dumb idiots who kind of
Facts.
have a dream right now.
Yeah.
I mean, we're going to the next step.
There's worse jobs to have.
I could do this every day.
Yeah.
I really could.
I think so.
I could do this every day, and I would be so gracious to people, and I won't fight them if they say something stupid.
Maybe.
Oh, well.
What?
Yep.
All right. We love you guys. Take care of each other.
Bye-bye.
Bye.